Good evening, Alhaji Buba Galadima.
Yeah.
How are you?
Fine. I'm okay.
You are okay?
Yeah.
I thought you'd be better than okay, that you'll probably tell me that in fact you are feeling hugely terrific.
Well, one of those things, the fever for election is just around the corner.
Now tell me, Alhaji, why do you support Atiku Abubakar when in fact the last time I checked, you happen to be one of those key supporters, key promoters of Major General Muhammadu Buhari?
That's correct, Shaka, but I want to make one or two corrections and find out something. The last speaker, I don't know if he's resident in Nigeria or in America.
Why?
I have my reasons. I want to find out because he was talking as if he's living in the moon.
No, he lives in America, but he seems to be the type of person that interacts with Nigeria very, very routinely.
Well, I just want to say that he's not extremely qualified to talk on things down here on the ground in Nigeria. So as also Hawa may be a staff of the VOA or a housewife, she may not understand the nuances and the roughness of the political atmosphere here in Nigeria. She may not know. So having said that, it's true that I'm not one of the very closest people to General Buhari, but I'm also one of those 34 people who first solicited for his entry into Nigerian murky political waters. And I and my boss, the Director General of the Buhari Organization, Alhaji Buba, had remained with him up to 2015. Until such a time that Hawks came in and threw us out of our positions because they felt that we are too much for them, and if they assist him come to power, we would not allow them help themselves. I'm sure that has been their reason, and he accepted that, maybe as a gentleman.
What do you mean, Alhaji Buba, when you say help themselves? What is that supposed to mean?
They are still right, left, and center. They are doing what they want. They have banished the president into his bedroom and locked him up and doing what they like. That is why they are called the cabal. So such individuals, we never saw them during the struggle for 15 years. We have never seen any of them. In fact, the wife said they had not even voted for him. But today they control government. And this is why some of us are asking, is it General Buhari who is contesting the election or them? And General Buhari must come clean and tell Nigerians that really, when we vote for him, this Mr. So and so will do the job of Mr. President, so that we will vote for him consciously knowing that he has no capacity and ability to run a modern state as Nigeria, but those are the hidden faces which will really do the job. So there are a lot of intricacies in this election. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, a renowned businessman and philanthropist, and a public servant, an administrator, and a politician, is the one that is pairing with General Buhari in this run-up to 2019 general elections on the presidential ticket. And we believe that he could do better. He's garnered a lot of experience as a Democrat. And don't forget that General Buhari is the maximum ruler that we had in 1983 to 1985. And that his decrees know no bounds. He retrospectively promulgated decrees that executed women, journalists, and students. This is on record. He just became a 419 politician and Democrat to hoodwink and deceive the people, running on the platform of fighting corruption and fighting insurgency. This has not happened. I heard people say that Boko Haram has been brought down. I don't think those people know Nigeria or they hear any information about Nigeria, because recently we were in my state, Yobe State, to flag off a presidential campaign with Atiku Abubakar. That night, Monday night, 49 people were killed at a place called in Yunusari local government of Yobe State. And of course, you know, the attacks on the IDPs is unrestrained. And I also want to say that whoever tells you that Boko Haram does not hold the territory is a big liar. That is not true. Boko Haram holds territory. During Goodluck Jonathan, elections were held.
Alhaji Galadima, I'm afraid time is not our best ally. But let me ask you this question. Isn't it a fact, for example, that before President Buhari entered Aso Rock, Boko Haram occupied a territory that, in fact, was almost the equivalent of the kingdom of Belgium? Of course.
Yes, and they still do.
What is the evidence?
Can you find any military man in about 20 local governments of Borno State?
Let me also ask you about the issue of corruption. Let me ask you about the issue of corruption. The man that you are supporting right now, Atiku Abubakar.
Yes.
Do you sincerely think, given what we know, do you sincerely think that he comes with the sort of moral authority to fight corruption effectively?
Of course, he has moral authority, because you know Atiku Abubakar is the most vilified person by this government. They called him several names. They are in power. They are in authority. They were not able to produce one single evidence of his corrupt past. And if they do have, I assure you, Shaka, that Atiku could have been languishing in jail as we speak today. But they don't have any such evidence. The man is a rich man. He was a rich man. And they accused him of several things, even selling public assets to his friends or to himself. But yet, it was only an accusation. They have never produced.
What about the perception? What about the perception, Alhaji Galadima? What about the perception that Atiku Abubakar may, in fact, be the mother of all corruption?
Well, you said perception. Perception is in the eyes of the man who perceives. It's a reality. But where is the evidence?
It is available.
Has there been any evidence? And you think that El Rufai, who's General Buhari's right-hand man, Man Friday, who was Atiku's boy, and who did the privatization of public assets.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alhaji Galadima. Thank you. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you later.